You guys don't seem to understand, do you? You don't seem to understand at all. So I plan on making another video for my Ghost of Tsushima walkthrough. And then I come up to this whole entire thing about Illinois and video games. So I was like, hey, what is going on with video games? And I was looking at it, and what happened was the funniest thing that I just read. So my goodness, this is like the most ridiculous. So, Illinois representatives wants to ban all violent video games to curb violence. Have we not been down this road already? I don't understand. What part of this road have you guys tried to go down and you guys failed multiple times? So let me read this shit to you. This is right here. It's on the side. An Illinois legislator is looking to ban the sale of all violent video games in the state according to amendments that would adjust a 2012 law, which currently keeps retailers from selling certain violent games to minors. The documents were filled on Friday by Representative Marcus C. Evans Jr. Yeah, that's the moron that wants to do it. In response to an increase in carjackings and violent crime in Chicago. Like, I don't understand. Like, this has been a thing for like years, and you guys have done it on multiple instances, multiple reasons. It's been because of, like, you know, certain shootings, certain things that have happened with like certain people, and the problem is you want to go ahead and look for a scapegoat to actually find the real answer to what the fuck happened. Okay, so let me explain why this is an absolute terrible idea from the beginning to go ahead and try to do the banning of video games. One of the fact that you are trying to go ahead and find a major scapegoat, like I said, to actually find the real truth behind things, like, you know, of why things like major crime is going up in your state. It's Chicago, Illinois. Chicago tends to have a large crime rate, and now all of a sudden you guys want to go ahead and use video games as a scapegoat to literally like ignore the main problem with it. And it's kind of funny how you just link video games to carjacking. It makes no fucking sense at all. Now, this idiot legislator, wherever the fuck he is, I don't even think he's smart enough to be a representative or a legislator of anything. This guy goes ahead and brings out the idea, because this is the House Bill. House Bill 3531 would prevent the sale of all violent video games in the state, which he's trying to put out, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And then, like literally as defined in the bill, a video game is described as one that allows a user or player to control a character within the video game that is encouraged to perpetrate human on human violence in which the player kills or otherwise causes serious physical or psychological harm to another human or animal. So all of a sudden, if I'm killing a freaking pig in Minecraft, then all of a sudden it's a bad video game. You guys you should not sell it. Or if I'm jumping on a Goomba's head, then you should go ahead and like you should literally get to a point where, oh, ban every Mario game because you're doing violence against a Goomba. Like are we serious right now? Like these guys don't even take the time to think about what video games can actually teach someone. It can actually teach a group of people. The thing is, video game has the capability of teaching hand-eye coordination, where you can just focus on things in regards to just what's on the screen and then playing it on the controller, then without even just looking at the controller back and forth. It teaches you things like multitasking, like you have RPGs or MMORPGs that teach you about multitasking. Games with objectives, multitasking. Daily quests, multitasking. It also promotes things such as teamwork when you're doing team-based games like Overwatch, or you're in a squad in Fortnite, or you're doing things like, you know, playing a side scroller of Super Mario Brothers, like I would say Super Mario Brothers U, or Super Mario Brothers, I would say Super Mario World or whatever. It's like a side scrolling 2-player game, and it does things like provide entertainment and relieve stress. Why go ahead and get rid of a major sense of entertainment? Because it promotes violence. Music can promote violence. Movies can promote violence. TV can promote violence. Anything can promote violence. But the problem is, you're not going to go ahead and ban those things because it would make no sense. There are no studies where a game has done that. There's no studies where a game is actually held accountable because of stuff like that. But you guys want to go ahead and make an actual scapegoat to actually find the real problem for it. When these things happen, it's mostly because of the fact that some of the people that have been dealing with it have been dealing with things such as bullying. Some of them have been dealing with things such as psychological events, and they're screwed in their head. Let's be real, they're screwed in their head, or it's leading into bad parenting. Yes, it is the parents' fault for that. Why are kids at an age of 8 having their hands on Grand Theft Auto? You can't go to a GameStop at 8 years old and purchase a rated M game. One, the person who will be working there will be fired. It's just the actual store will have some bullshit, and literally, like, it would make no sense to sell a game to a minor that is rated M. It's just as bad as selling liquor to a 5-year-old. You can get into major trouble for that shit. But the problem is, the parents don't seem to care because they want their kids more focused on the video games instead of them actually doing real parenting. That's the problem. That is the major problem. Not the video games, bad parenting. And parents don't want to go ahead and take responsibility for any of their lame-ass kids or any type of reason, because now, on the fact that it's going to the fact of, hey, you know what? I am trying to be my kid's friend. You are not put on this world to be your kid's friend. You're made to be their parents. Keep them in line until they're at an age where they have to take care of themselves. Obviously, nobody tends to get that through their heads. It's like the situation with Dee Schneider when the whole Tipper Gore thing came out, and she was going ahead and trying to talk about the content of his music, and he went into Congress and talked about the content of his music and defended that, and guess what? They ended up, you know, causing a lot of, like a lot of issues for him, but he won. This has been a thing for like Marilyn Manson, for things like Limp Bizkit. They were all promoted, and even things like the WWE were all in like having issues of that. But the problem is they don't understand that parents will let their kids listen or watch or play wherever they want without even repercussions or even the fact of them being there or actually taking a look at the product. I started playing Grand Theft Auto at 8 years old. But when I was playing Grand Theft Auto at 8 years old, I always had either my big brother, who was around, like, I was like 14, and who knew better than I was, or my father, who was there also to watch me play. And every time when I play, like, it was, I believe it was Grand Theft Auto Vice City, they would tell me, don't copy anything in this game, it's just a game. All this stuff can get you in trouble in real life. Everything you do in here, everything you see in here, you cannot copy in the real world. And that is proper parenting. Why parents don't want to do proper parenting? It's a problem. It's a major problem. And I don't understand why this whole legislator is a major thing. It's another just basic way of representatives and legislators to be lazy to actually find the actual truth of things. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Obviously, you know how I stand with this. I don't blame video games for violence. I don't blame any of that, anybody to go ahead and say that video games cause violence. I think if you believe that, you're an absolute moron. I'll say that. But I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Let me know what your opinion about it is. But definitely subscribe to the EHG community. Definitely turn on your notifications when we get new streams and new videos set out. Definitely join us on our Facebook group, our Discord channel. Make sure to check out our merchandise. But this is Nikko from the EHG community. Stay tuned for another video. And remember that there's always something amazing on the horizon.